Been a little persnickety these days.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I may have to try that process one more time. Gotta love technology. Ah, and hello, everybody. I am your host, Jessica Koch, and this is Profound Professionals. It is the interview series that has been running for 9 years now. Can you believe it? We have interviewed over 1,000 guests from all over the beautiful world, and they help improve your personal life or they help you grow your business. And today I am bringing an amazing and very interesting, not to mention handsome, Dr. Tamir, the Dean of Dynamic Results. So, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, tell me a little bit about your journey and story and how you get these dynamic results and how that became your focus on supporting people.
That's a good story. It's a long story, but I'll make it short.
Mhm. We've
Since I
got
was about,
time. We've got
yeah,
time.
well, listen, time's not even an issue. Well, since I was a boy in Chicago, I was a little kid in Chicago. I've always been a driver. Since I was 8 years old, I used to go around knocking on people's doors to take out to go buy
Mm.
groceries for them, buy groceries, go to the grocery store,
So you were like
or
the Uber or the drop delivery service before it was a cool thing to happen.
before those services. Yes. What do
Yes.
you call delivery service? What do you call delivery service?
What is there's a couple of I don't know why I can't think of one.
I
It's
can't think of it.
drop.
I'm drawing a blank.
I know, me too. Somebody write
DoorDash.
it down.
How about DoorDash? How about
There you
DoorDash?
go. You can
Okay.
dash it. That's
Okay.
right.
There,
It's Tamir Dash.
yeah, you're right. I never thought about that till you said that. My little brother used to get up and go run and knock on doors. You need anything, Miss Lackey, Miss Johnson, or whoever? They would say, okay, we go buy eggs, milk, or whatever, and they'd give us change to come back. We do that 4 or 5 times, and by the time afternoon came, we had our money for the day. Money
Mm,
for the day.
good
Or
work.
I would ask to mow their lawn or help them to dig up to start to in the springtime to do the lawn, to pull up weeds and to plant stuff because it snows in Chicago. So from that point
Mhm,
on, I've always been where I'm not afraid to ask, I'm not afraid to knock, I'm not afraid to get results. I've always
mhm,
liked getting results. I never like sitting around just talking about something.
mhm.
That's really how it started. That's really
I
how all that
love that.
started.
I love that. So, what ways are you working with clients? Are you meeting with them one on one? Do you have some group program? Are you teaching them webinars? Is there online courses? What are the ways you're working with people to help them get results?
Well, I do personal one-on-one strategic
Mm-hmm.
coaching or mentoring. I do that. I also have a group coaching program I set up for groups of 12 people at a time. I'm
Mm-hmm.
recording right now. I just finished a course called Create Dynamic Results. It's a 7, 8 module course. The course
Mm-hmm.
is all written out, all the PDFs and everything. I'm in the process now of actually recording the video for each module.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of fun. I'm in the process of doing that. I have several books I've written. I meet people at networking events online. I'm just really getting to the online space. That's what I do.
Is there a certain kind of person or client or industry that you're working with, or where are they in their journey when they typically go, "Oh, I need Dr. Tamir more than ever now"?
Well, typically my favorite audience, people say your audience is everybody. Well, that's not true. Your audience may be everybody, but everybody don't want your Coca-Cola. Everybody don't want your McDonald's. Everybody don't want your half. Okay. My
Mm-hmm.
particular audience, dig this, are entrepreneurs, people in sales, network marketing, direct sales, people like you. Here's why.
Mm-hmm.
Mindset people. People like you are mindset people. You're open to develop and grow. You're open for it. You're looking for something to assist you in mindset development and growth. You're into self improvement. You read the books. You attend the seminars. You're leaders. That's my favorite audience. Athletes are very good. I love athletes. They're very good. It's all about mindset. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to people that are in the kindergarten phase of that. I go to those who already have some kind of background in it and want that understand the value of putting time and money into yourself. Those are the people I look for. That's my particular pond of fish I work with.
So if you're talking to these people who love to constantly strive to be the better and better and better version of themselves, what's a tip that you would give them today?
Here's a tip. Everything is a result of something.
Mm,
Find out what Jessica does. What's it the result of? What does she do to get there? Okay, and then copy that. To give an example, Kobe Bryant. Everybody know Kobe Bryant copied Michael Jordan. And see,
mm,
there's nothing wrong with being a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. So out of that
mm,
copying Jordan, find out what the result of Jordan did and studied him, he became the Black Mamba on his own. He's great on his own. I'm not saying that. So since everything is a result of something, here's the tip. Find out what is the result, what is it the result of? How did it get that? Trace
mm,
it back and then copy that. There's nothing wrong with being a copycat as long as you copy the right cat or cats.
mm. I love that. Yeah, I have several of my own favorite authors and people I model after, and I think that that's brilliant, brilliant advice. So, one of the favorite parts of our show, I like many of them, but one of them, since very first episode, we've always spent a little bit of this time to step outside of how great Jessica or how great Dr. Tamir is, to talk about and spread some awareness about a cause that's close to our guest's heart. So, you out there watching, you know what to do. Start typing in the comments a cause that's close to your heart. Because you just don't know whose hero you might be when you, especially if you hit the share button after you do that comment, because there may be someone who actually needs the resources from that cause or decides to give time, treasure, or talent to the cause to support them. And that makes you a pretty great hero in my book. So, Dr. Tamir, what's a cause that you care about?
I care about many causes, but let me get down to the nitty gritty. The Malawi cause in Malawi, Africa.
Mm,
That cause has been very dear to my heart. You provide kids desks for schooling, clothing, things like that.
love
And
that.
a little bit goes a long way. But my
Mhm.
favorite cause is SRF, that Self Realization Fellowship, founded by Paramahansa Yogananda back in, I believe, 1917. And here's why I like that organization. It's not religious. They include everybody. Everybody included, no matter what religion you are, where you come from. And the money I send them, I support them because they spread money around where it's needed, no matter what your religion is, what your society, what your race is, what you believe in. It doesn't even matter. So I
Mhm.
trust them to really it's called srf.org. And they take what I give them, okay, and they actually send it around to where it's needed. I can
Mhm.
designate to go to feeding people education or where it goes, and they're really good at that. There are a few others like Unity, but SRF is my favorite, along with Malawi project in Africa.
Mm, I love that. That is awesome. And see, those are two that I hadn't heard of. And so I think spreading awareness is more valuable and important than people realize. That's why putting stuff in the comments as you are writing this and hitting that share button makes you such a big, important part of this podcast. And we love you for doing it. Now, I am a bookaholic. As you might notice. So I always ask my guests to share a book that inspired their personal life or helped them grow their business that wasn't written by them. We'll talk about your books in just a few minutes. But share us a book that inspired your personal life or helped you grow your business.
Oh, that's a good one. There are several, but I'll go to one right away. It's called The
Mhm.
Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. Florence
Ooh, I
Shinn, The
don't know
Game
this
of Life.
either.
You know that book? Never heard
No,
of that book? The Game
no.
of Life, How to Play. It's a small book. It's very easy to read, but it's powerful. The Game
Mm,
of Life, How to Play It. And then the reason I recommend that, I talk about that book showed me one thing. Life is a game, like Monopoly game. You're actually playing a game, and it's a game of choice. You can choose to be angry, for instance, or not angry. No matter what happens, you can choose to be happy, or you still have a choice now. But people forget that. So it's a game. It's a game of giving and receiving. What you put out, you get back. That book is very instrumental at a time in my life when things had really shifted, when I really didn't care about anything but loving me. And I got a hold of that book, referred by Jeffrey Combs, a good friend of mine, The Game of Life, How to Play It. That game literally transformed and revolutionized the way I thought about myself and life.
I love that. And I'm a big believer in choosing joy. When I was in, even before I was a teenager, I was probably, I don't know, 10 or 11. And I was at a Bible study or Sunday school or something. And I came across the verse and I was listening to the story of the disciples who were imprisoned and how they were still happy and joyful and had a joyful heart. And I thought, If they could do that, then I'm going to make an effort my whole life to always choose joy. It made me realize that I had the power of how I was going to feel. Because if they could, I could too. And that's
Yes.
been a big part of my life, is choosing joy.
Yeah, it's about taking your power back because things happen. See, somebody could be wrong. They could be actually wrong, whatever they
Mm-hmm.
do. But and that may affect you, but you still have a choice to choose to say
That's true.
that doesn't move me. You still have a choice. See,
Mm-hmm.
what happened, you don't choose, but your reaction, you choose. To get angry is one thing. I'm not saying you're not justified, but if you stay there, it's
Yeah,
hurting you. Don't
it's
stay
true.
there.
It's
Don't
true.
stay there.
It's very true. I love that. All right, let's talk about let's talk about your book, and books. Let's share with us what you've written.
Well, my all-time favorite, I've written about 19 of them, about 7 or 8 of them are about published. All-time favorite is one called The Reclining Master Awakened, 1 Minute to Healthy Esteem. And that book is sort of an autobiography and a story at the same time. And,
Cool.
and the reason why The Reclining Master Awakened is so important, I was 13 years old, and I was in Chicago. Me and my friend was in a car with his cousin, his older cousin. He was driving, and I heard a song by Earth, Wind, and Fire said, "Keep your head to the sky for the
Mm,
clouds to tell you why." Then it said, "Master told me one day that I'd find peace in every way, but in search for the clues, wrong things I was bound to do." And he said, "Keep your head to the sky." Here's why that's important to me. One of the most important parts of my life, I went through a breakthrough with a guy named Jeffrey Combs. I went through a
mm,
breakthrough, and it was about 20 years ago. And I sat in this circle with all these people. It was my turn to get in the circle, in the hot seat. I didn't have to, but I choose to. I got in the hot seat, and I was talking. He said, "You know what? You have high self-confidence and low self-esteem."
mm,
I had a Harvard vocabulary at that time. I didn't know what self-esteem meant. I never looked
mm,
it up. High self-confidence, low self-esteem. Everybody looked at me, and some people started pointing fingers at me and telling me what a jerk I was during the whole meeting, the whole weekend, and I want to be seen and wanted this and that, and my ego, and I just took it. I just took it. I took the licks. I
mm,
took it. And he said, "You have anything you want to say?" I said, "No, I have no defense. I have nothing. I appreciate everybody." Everybody hugged me. I went home that day and I cried. I
mm,
cried for about 3 days straight, still bringing tears to my eyes right now. I realized, wait, I don't love myself. I don't know who I am. From
mm,
that day forward, the whole world seemed different. I could actually, almost like I could see molecules in the air. The sun was brighter. I had dropped the weight of trying to impress other people, trying to be someone else. While I mentioned Kobe Bryant, trying to mimic Jordan, but he wasn't trying to be Jordan. He
mm,
was. So I realized that I have to love me for
mm,
who I am. I tattooed on my arm, "I am that I am." Okay. I
mm,
love me for who I am. If you don't love yourself, how can you love yourself? You know, that's why it says in the Bible, "Love thy neighbor as thyself." The key is you gotta love yourself
mm,
because your neighbor is you. I am you. You are me. Even if you're a bad person, I'm looking at a version of myself that's
mm,
gone astray. When I learned that, that's why I wrote The Reclining Master Awakened, 1 Minute to Help Self-Esteem. And one guy told me in Barnes and Nobles one day, "You can't get self-esteem in 1 minute." He didn't get it. In
mhm,
that second I realized it, then my esteem rose up.
mm. I
That's
see.
my favorite. That's my favorite book. And I have a one for everybody. Though. I have one really for everybody that don't want to read a book that's 280 pages long. It's a short one called "Click and Grow Rich." It's talking
Oh,
about how click and grow rich. Click. How when you realize certain things, the click that goes on inside of you, and you get it,
mm,
and your life starts to transform right there. We all have that ability. See, we all have everything we need, but we all don't realize it.
that's true.
Right in front of us, right in front of us. But we got to realize it. The more you realize it, the closer you get to it. Called Click and Grow Rich. I love
Very
that one.
cool. That's awesome. Are there any other books or anything else about your company or program that you want to share? Maybe where they can find you?
Yes, for all those, I have audio programs. I have audio programs. I have programs talking about money. Say yes to money. A lot of
Mm,
people don't have money. They have money because they don't ever say yes to money. They think about just working and paying bills. They say they want money, but they repel money. Well, and
mhm,
say yes to money, it talks about how you don't have to ever be broke. I can show anybody right now that have a problem with money how to never be broke. I guarantee I can show it to them. It makes sense. If they do it, it works. Anybody, how to never be broke. Never being broke don't mean you have $1 million tomorrow. But how would you like to wake up and never be broke again. Wake up a year from now, you never broke again, ever. You don't ever have to be broke. Nobody. Okay. And it's very simple. It's called Say Yes to Money. But in order for those programs I'm talking about, one on self-esteem, a book of quotes, dynamic quotes, super potential, all those things you can get along with a complimentary coaching session from me at tamirqadree.com. My first and last name, tamirqadree.com. And on that website in the back, the products are designed for you to results. Get results. And I'll tell you one last thing. There's a series I wrote, an ebook called Sales Warriors Think Big. It's a 4-volume set. Okay, they're ebooks, and they're all no longer than 30 pages long. Why? I took all the information I get, the best jewels that I could think of all the thousands of books I've read, all the sales material I've read over the last 35, 40 years, and I took out all the meat of the
Wow.
matter. I didn't copy their books now. I took out all the meat, right? So if you get that series called Sales Warrior Think Big, volume 1, 2, 3, and 4, one I'm talking about the 4 C's, having charm, character, charisma, and class. Okay? You take those books, what you're reading, those short ebooks, are actionable steps to take. So you take one of those ebooks, it will take you a 300-page book to get it, or more books. In that book, I made it concise. So I'm excited about that at tamirqadree.com. You're free to go and download anything like that or get a consultation at no fee from me. And there you go. There you have it. There's much
I
more,
know.
but
I know.
yeah.
I'll be checking them out for sure. I love that. I've had a lot of fun interviewing you, Tamir. I hope you've had some fun too.
Yes, I've enjoyed myself so far.
That's good. That's good. And if you're out there thinking, well, wait, I could help someone grow their business. I've written some books. I should be featured on this show. Well, reach out to us and our team, and we'd be happy to send you the information so that you can get signed up and be a panel guest on our show as well. All right. Now, before we say goodbye, Dr. Tamir, we need final thoughts, some information or inspiration as we close today. We've covered a lot really quickly, but pretty good stuff, let me just say.
Well, let me give you basically a something for free. Okay. I want to give away a free checklist, and it's
Mhm.
called Don't Play Yourself, Play Lotto. Don't play yourself, play lotto. In other words, don't play games with your career and your life. Okay. And it's 7 keys to self-empowerment. Okay. And 7 to 31 days. I don't mean you're going to be a genius in 7 to 31 days and get everything you want. What it means is that those 7 keys to empowerment talk
Mhm.
about giving. Self-analysis is very important. Those things that are in the 7 keys, or that don't play yourself, play lotto, it's a free checklist. You put your email in, you get the checklist. They will assist you and get you on the way to where you want to go. If you follow those 7 steps over a period of time, see what we do, we overestimate what we can do in a year. We
Mhm.
underestimate what we do in 5 years. This is not a microwave society or microwave book or microwave program, but I guarantee you one thing. If you get involved in it, you will love it from the day you start doing it. Here's why: because it speaks directly to you. It's a universal message that can touch anybody that's open to receive it.
I love that. I love that. That's an awesome free gift and such great advice and so many wonderful things you've shared with us today. I know I'll be checking out his website and checking out his books and all his programs, and I hope you guys do too. Reach him out and take him up on that free consultation. You just don't know what you might achieve. So, thank you again, Dr. Tamir. And this has been another Profound Professionals. Until next time out there, you guys, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Bye, everybody.
Take care. Love one another.
Mhm.